From the hip hop to the hippie to the hobby to the wibbly wobbly woo to the
go and suck my lolly, sugar sweet cherry top.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 10th edition of Killing Lyrics, which I feel is a little bit of a milestone. For those of you who don't know, it's the first set of rants by me here on YouTube, and to be honest, they really give you an idea of the raw anger that motivated me to start making YouTube videos. To be honest, they're pretty brutal. Nowadays I wouldn't go about my arguments in the same fashion that I did then, you know. The editing was fairly shitty and I didn't really know what I was doing. So if you check them out and see things like this, would you throw yourself into a plane engine, shredding your body into mere couscous? Do you love this woman to bits? Literally. Don't be alarmed. Anyway, let's get started on this multi-genre clusterfuck, shall we? I'm going to begin with Nicki Minaj, as she's closest to the current realm that we have of boring, soulless pseudo-music, with nothing to offer other than a recurring loop of auto-tuned, meaningless lyrics over a plagiarised instrumental. As you probably know, the past few years have come up with a number of uninteresting brand new concepts, including the A, that pop rap snare that every single mainstream rapper, particularly Lil Wayne, seems to just fucking adore, even though it's more or less a hi-hat.
Young money millionaire, tougher than counting so much paper I can't fold it up. Whoa, whoa. Turn up the volume, pour out the Pinot Grigio. Somewhere in the middle.
As you probably know, numerous others have arisen in the past few years and have made a point to destroy the meaning of music entirely, although one thing that I've never come across yet is musical hypocrisy. That's right, Nicki Minaj has introduced a brand new concept for us. Let's hear what she has to say.
In my space shuttle and I'm not coming down. I'm a stereo and she's just so monotone.
When you're going to accuse someone of being monotone, it's a good idea to show that you have a decent range yourself. Ignoring the fact that stereo and monotone are two completely unrelated things, and ignoring the fact that it's also all auto-tuned, let's take a look at the most boring, unimaginative melody ever written.
But in the party like my name was that bitch. All these haters mad because I'm so established. They know I'm a beast, yeah, I'm a fucking savage.
As we can see, she's very rarely going away from these two notes. That is fucking monotone. This is beyond opinion. You're a hypocrite by definition. Although Nicki Minaj's blatant hypocrisy doesn't quite compare to the stunning eloquence of our beloved Soulja Boy. I often wonder what the thought processes were in writing this complete joke. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to lock you in this cubicle for 8 hours straight, and all you have to do is just nonchalantly gargle into this microphone, okay? We'll see you later. Honestly, Soulja Boy is the only pop rapper I've heard that can actually produce a music video that I laughed at from start to finish. He's not like our friend Lil Wayne, who makes videos which are infuriating right until he says something like, I don't know, I'm the bomb, like tick tick, and then everything just becomes extremely funny after that point. If Soulja Boy is satire, then you really got to give him credit for it, because he's an accurate reflection on today's fucking joke of a music industry. And the fact that I'm even considering the possibility of him being satirical just proves to you how ridiculous this guy is. If you're familiar with these constant, pointless rap versus metal debates here on YouTube that usually degrade into pathetic name-calling, then you'll be familiar that one of the points that is often raised about metal is the incessant screaming, which I definitely agree with, and I think that metal fucking sucks. Of course, we all know the way to get around that, don't we? Oh, that's not metal. You must be thinking of something core. Of course, one thing that they all fail to realise is that shitcore, twatcore, cuntcore, they're all basically subgenres of metal, which means that they are metal in a broad sense. But never mind, I'll leave metal alone for just now. Back to Soulja Boy. He's the only exception in this case, where you have a rapper that degrades into senseless yelling. I have no idea what the appeal is behind that. Now that I've taken care of Nicki Minaj and Soulja Boy, two rap acts that can barely even be classed as rap, let's take a look at Blood on the Dance Floor and Broken Side. Two bands, even though most of it is electronic, that can only really be described as, well, just fucking revolting. In terms of subject matter, Blood on the Dance Floor are a lot like pop, writing songs about love, partying, drinking, sex, and other generally superficial shit that doesn't really matter. And I'm not saying that I have a problem with them writing songs about sex, particularly oral sex, which they seem to enjoy, because it's offensive. I mean, the word offensive is so thrown around these days that it's more or less meaningless. I mean, if people get offended by a hypothetical rap-off between Moses and Muhammad, never mind, that's a different story. It's not that it's offensive, which it isn't, because if you find lyrics about oral sex to be offensive, then you were probably castrated at birth. Anyway, it's not that it's offensive, it's just the way that they execute these lyrics. It's just fucking childish. Go and suck my lollipop, sugar sweet cherry top. For sure fit, too legit, hot spot, twerk it, bitch. Out of all the songs that I've heard about sex, a large percentage of those, of course, coming from the pop industry, that has to be one of the most ridiculous analogies I've heard yet. Comparing your cock to a lollipop? Seriously? How is that even supposed to be remotely sexual? I mean, the word lollipop, it has a lot more feminine connotations than masculine ones. It's just ridiculous. The words are fashioned in such a childlike manner that it's almost some sort of playground chant. Can you not imagine the little kids playing with a skipping rope, chanting, first flip, too legit, tap, suck it, bitch, right before they hang themselves with a fucking skipping rope? In all honesty, there's nothing to like about Blood on the Dance Floor. The music is basically a repetitive bass drum with some ridiculous synths over it and some extremely camp vocals over the top of it, which range from pathetically whining
Go and suck my lolly, sugar sweet cherry top,
to a grating, barbaric tribal war cry that an Aztec would do after preparing someone for a sacrifice. Overall, these guys are just fucking faggots. And to all those oversensitive pussies out there who are going to whine at me for being politically incorrect, go fuck yourself and learn to take a joke. Broken Side. Don't forget to capitalise the N-C-Y-D-E, otherwise you're not being obnoxious enough. Broken Side. Now that's a strange name for a band. We'll never really understand what it's even about. Is it supposed to mean that their hearts are broken inside, but they thought that they'd spell it as belligerently and illiterately as possible, just to appeal to these fucking hardcore scene kids who think that they stand out from the crowd because they wear luminous neon green and pink? Anyways, I refuse to refer to Broken Side as music, because they combine everything that I hate about today's shitty music scene into a cacophony of incoherent noise. They combine everything. Autotune, check. Meaningless lyrics, check. Inaudible growling, check. Shitty instrumentals, check. The list goes on and on and on. I got these bitches all tipsy, trying to sex me. I know they want it, alcoholics are some sex freaks. Trying to sex me? Are you kidding? Did it ever occur to you that sex isn't a verb, it's a fucking noun? Idiots. I can just imagine these morons returning home from a club, having that nonsensical pop drivel pumped into their ears and gallons of alcohol pumped into their bloodstream, and then saying, hey, come on guys, let's group sex together because we enjoy promotion slutty lyrics. You could have at least said fuck rather than sex, because that can actually be used as a verb. Except, oh wait, simply saying fuck wouldn't be enough, would it? You'd have to scream it as loud as possible and sound like you're being sodomized with a fucking leaf blower and having a live squid blown up your intestines. And to conclude the 10th episode of Killing Lyrics, here's someone in a bear costume dancing to Blood on the Dance Floor.
drinking up the liquor, party like a birthday, shake it like an earthquake, nothing like ice cream cone, going for it. Go and suck my lolly, sugar sweet cherry top, free your fit, too legit, hot spot, twerk it bit, strip it down, work it up, baby let me fill your cups, O to N to M to G, sticky messy, like cream. Scream for my ice cream, tell me all your dirty dreams. Scream for my ice cream, show me what's your fantasy. Scream for my ice cream, tell me all your dirty dreams. Scream for my ice cream, show me what's your fantasy.
It's